Hello guys and welcome. As we all know, in the world of Dragon Ball there are 7 Dragon Balls. When all these Dragon Balls are summoned, a dragon appears known as Shenron who grants 3 wishes. In early episode of Dragon Ball Z we learned that those Dragon Balls are created by Namekians or the race of Piccolo. We also know that the Dragon Ball strength are subject to the creator himself. The balls on earth were not much powerful. Then comes the next series called Dragon Ball Super, where we see the introduction of Super Dragon Balls. The Super Dragon Balls are a set of 7 planet-sized Dragon Balls. These Dragon Balls are very powerful and does not have any limit to their strength. These Dragon Balls can also undo the spell of ZENO, who is the destroyer on the universal scale. We saw that Super Dragon Balls could easily restore all the universes and all the people living in those universes. So a dragon is to perform a wish like that would need to have a creator who is that much powerful. The creator of all those Dragon Balls is none other than Zalama. The Super Dragon Balls are the original set of Dragon Balls created by Zalama in the year 41 of the Divine Calendar. These Dragon Balls are the size of planets and these star marks remain the same no matter from what angle one looks at them, which was patented by Zalama in the year 42. Each ball has a diameter of about 37,196.2204 kilometers, which puts their volume just under half that of planet Neptune. To summon the dragon of the god, one must chant, "Come forth, dragon of the gods, and grant my wish, pretty peace." Come forth, divine dragon, and grant my wish, peace and carrots, in the fun animation dub, in the language of the gods. After a wish is granted, the Dragon Balls are scattered throughout both universes 6 and 7. Granting a wish drains the Super Dragon Balls of their light, and in order to grant another wish, one must wait the lifespan of a cockroach 1 year's time. The Super Dragon Balls are the strongest known set of Dragon Balls, as the dragons of the gods can grant quite literally any wish with no limitations, though the dragon can only grant a single wish per summon. Zalama or Zarama is a dragon god or Ryujin and the creator of the Super Dragon Balls. The full extent of Zalama's power is unknown, but he was able to create the Super Dragon Balls and the Divine Dragon Super Shenron with no limitation to the wish that can be granted, though the dragon is only allowed to grant 1 wish per summoning. Zalama's name is likely derived from the word salamander. The reason why he specifically chose universes 6 and 7 as the location for the Super Dragon Balls to scatter across is currently unknown. Some theory says that he and Zeno are in fact the universal or multiversal versions of Kai and the gods respectively. First of all, what makes a god of destruction? Their main purpose, as the name implies, the destruction of life in a universe in order for a new life in the universe created by the gods of creation, which is the Kais, and especially the Kaishin, to create life. Now what has Zeno really be doing in Super? Nothing much, apart from destroying a few universes. At the very least, he hasn't shown any affinity to create anything. That's not really something a neutral gods would do unless they had some other god to balance this destruction. Gods of destructions are always attended by their assigned angels. The same goes for Zeno, who has the Grand Priest, the most powerful of all angels, by his side. Also, the Grand Priest is basically the universal version of the angels, thus his attendee must be logically the universal god. If this theory is correct, that Zeno is the universal equivalent of the gods, so who is universal Kai? As you might guess, I think Zalama fits that position perfectly. At least out of all the characters we know so far, I think there is no doubt that Zalama must be powerful. After all, he created Super Dragon Balls and Super Shenron, who seems to outshine even the angels, which are some of the most powerful beings in the multiverse. He lives outside of the universes. I think that the most important part of my theory so far, we know that only very few people can travel outside their universe of birth. The angel, the Kai, and Zeno maybe. Everybody else, including the gods, need the help from the angels in order to travel to another universes or Zeno's palace. Zalama, however, created the Super Dragon Balls which are scattered into two universes. That means Zalama must be powerful and high ranking enough to travel between Universe 6 and Universe 7. Just like Beerus in the God of Destruction in Universe 7 and his life is linked to Kai, maybe in the same way Zeno is the God of Destruction at a universal scale and Zalama is like Kai who creates life at a universal scale. I like the theory that Zeno, Zuno and Zarama are three separate parts of the same being that were split, with Zeno being the destructive power, Zuno the knowledge and Zarama the creative power. I'd like to point out an interesting thing that Fuse Zamasu said in episode 65 and that might be related to this topic. I, the god Zamasu, am the universal wisdom, the universal law, and yes, the universal power. As we all know, Zamasu wanted to be the sole god in the multiverse by embodying the wisdom, law, and power of the universe. The three aspects upon which the cosmos is built. Following what Zamasu said, we know that Zeno embodies the universal power and Zuno embodies the universal wisdom, which leaves Zalama as the universal law. This means that he is a creator god. Since you don't create power of wisdom, but you do create laws. So I agree with the theory that they are a holy trinity of sorts, each embodying one of the core aspects of creation. And if the three became one, the fused being would be the supreme god of all creation, which is Zamasu wanted to become. That's it for today guys. Which theory do you want to believe? Thank you for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe and I will see you all in the next video.